All right, all right, all right. Let's see, who do we have on so far? Sean Berry, Kamal Kelly. Let's see, let's go all the way back. Jeffrey, Brad, Lisa, Yashika, John, Asmaret, beautiful picture with your sister. I love it. Kamal Kelly, Lamont Wyatt, Benita. What's going on? What's going on? By enjoying their Sunday afternoon. I haven't really gotten anything done today at all. Just been relaxing. Happy Sunday to you as well, Benita. What's going on, Lamont, Mr. Wyatt? So there's a couple of things only one thing I'm gonna talk about. You know, yesterday I spent the day in LA with Paul Alioba from Detroit, who's actually from Nigeria. And also, Ron Ross was down with me in LA. There was a special convention taking place with a group from Nigeria. And they have their annual convention where they, they talk about, vote on their new officers. They vote on different businesses that they want to invest in, different projects that they want to be a part of. And I really didn't know what I was getting into when I was invited to this. You know, Paul asked me to come down, and I've got a group of people that want to know about cryptocurrency. So can you come down and talk about it? So yeah, of course. You know, he flew in from Detroit. This is right here in my backyard in LA. So I go down there, and first we met with Ron and a brand new member who joined us, Richard Alvarez. We had a good strategy meetings in the morning. I wasn't supposed to be speaking until about 2 o'clock. And so I had a chance to meet some people, talk to people, strategize. I did a Facebook Live yesterday to show you guys. And when we got in there and got set up, I brought my projector and everything and screen. And I sat down with Paul to just go over just what exactly I was going to speak about, because this isn't a crypto convention. It's not a Bitcoin talk. It's not a Bitcoin boot camp. It's not a cryptogenics presentation. You know, it's just I was invited to share about cryptocurrency. And so what happens when you're in a room full of people who don't know who you are and they know nothing about cryptocurrency? What do you do? All right, how do you handle it? Well, you know, we planned this out. So there was 3 things that I was going to cover. First, cryptocurrency. What is it? You know, we got to expose people about what cryptocurrency actually is. Number 2, we're going to talk about my company, Cryptogenics, that we have a platform that's going to educate people on what cryptocurrency is. And then the third thing, they want to know about investments. So we were going to talk about GreenX, the mining rigs, how you can invest in something that's going to bring you back a return every single month, over and over and over again. So those are the 3 things. And to give it justice, to do it the right way, you know, especially if you're in person, you need about a good 15 minutes for each topic, at least. I can go 2 hours on each topic. I can go the whole weekend. But I need at least 45 minutes combined to cover all 3 things, right? And me and Ron are sitting there, we're chatting with each other, and then he sent it. Now this thing keeps messing up. It says, "Hey Brandon, I think they're calling you up right now." And I said, "What? No, I'm not supposed to go up till after 2 o'clock. Now it's like 12 something right now." He says, "No, I think they're calling you up right now." So I listen. You know, I got a bad ear, so I may not know what's going on. And I hear him say, "Yeah, right here, backyard, Los Angeles, Mr. Brandon Ivey." I'm like, what? So Ron is scrambling to get the projector turned back on, because we didn't want to have it on in the middle of everything going on. And then he's all the way on the other side of the room, so the projector's set up on this side. So So I get up and I gotta walk across the whole audience to the other side of the room. Now I know how to work a room. So all you have to do, if you're sitting down, you know, you turn your chair from one way to the other. All their chairs were facing to the front of the room. They weren't prepared to see a presentation in the back. So right before he did that, the engineer comes over to me and says, "You got 15 minutes." 15 minutes? The whole thing was set up for 40. I could do it maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I needed at least 45 minutes, but I can do it in 30. But he said 15 minutes. There's no way I can go through these slides and do it justice in 15 minutes. Impossible. Free flow, freestyle? Yeah, I can do that. So what I did was, when he handed me the microphone all the way in the front of the room, and the audience was already facing in that direction, what's happening, Lashana? I decided to just stay there in the front, right? So, and you guys might have seen it. It was, Ron was Facebook Living it. So you could have seen the whole thing. I think he started maybe 2 or 3 minutes after I had began speaking. So, this was a group of Nigerians, wealthy Nigerians. They come from royalty. They have no idea who I am. They have no idea about anything. So I asked the question, how many of you in this room has heard of Bitcoin? Raise your hand. 2 hands went up. How many of you heard of cryptocurrency or own any of it? 1 hand went up. And it was Paul, our guy. And they were all still talking with each other. You know, while I was talking, they were talking amongst themselves, because to them, I'm a nobody. And if you kind of know the dynamics between Africans and African Americans, you know, it's a weird dynamic there. So to them, I was kind of like a nobody. So I had to get their attention before I could start talking about something they don't know nothing about. Why should they listen in the first place? And again, I know how to do this, but it takes time. So you can go back and watch the video. I'm not going to go through that whole thing again. I'm just going to tell you what I learned and experienced, because it's not just for that room. Because while I was speaking, I knew that this isn't going to be an isolated incident. The only thing about yesterday was I was only given 15 minutes, and I wasn't prepared for that. But we knocked it out. We knocked it out anyway. But the bigger issue for me was, I'm in a room full of people that have a lot of money, and they have absolutely no idea what cryptocurrency is, what it's about. Here's something else that just blew my mind. Okay, I think I might have spent 2 minutes talking about GreenX and what GreenX is going to do when it's implemented with decentralized energy and electricity. One of the main topics to their keynote speakers, like a prince or something at the end, he had his slides up, and he had a whole section talking about how to bring affordable energy to Nigeria and to Abuja and to the country, to the cities there. And he talked about needing to raise funds and needing to have investors to build the infrastructure and the power grids to get from city to city or village to village. And I'm texting Ron. I'm like, Ron, you see this? They're sitting here talking about electricity. And we have the answer for them right here. And they have no idea or understanding of what it's all about. And so all that told me is that we are in such a good position right now. This is so early. You got to believe. I'm doing a Facebook Live right now when somebody's shooting me a message to join something else. What is this? Bergman and Gold? Are you serious? Really? I always get that. He knows I'm doing a Facebook Live but wants me to join something else. Anyways, here's my point. As I was looking at the faces, and I'm talking about crypto, and they're looking at me like deer caught in headlights, I say it that it made what I say all the time so much more relevant. Where I say, cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. Yet most people don't even know that it's taking place. It's like, how can you play a game if you don't know when the game's being played? One way that I did connect with them is because you got to know your audience. I'm talking to a room full of Nigerians. The one thing that I was able to connect with them about is this. I said that in Nigeria, you have so much corruption going on. And you have laws that's being built where people cannot use the naira. They can't use it, send it out of the country. Businesses can't come in and do business with Nigeria. I shared that if somebody made $50 overseas, by the time we get them their money, they're getting about $5. And that cryptocurrency represents a way that Africans that have 2 billion people in this world that have no access to a bank account, they have no access to any utility that can help generate wealth. Cryptocurrency allows you to have that access. It is the savior for the continent of Africa. Pound on it, pound on it. But it did tell me that it's not just Nigerians. It's not just black people. This isn't a race thing. It's an economic thing. Everybody, white, black, Latino, Asian, everybody. That the majority of these people who need it the most don't even know what's going on. I can go to a all-white conservative church in Alabama and ask the same question, and I'm going to get the same reaction. None of them knows about cryptocurrency. Yet this is your way out. So what I did, I had an aha moment while I was looking at their faces. You know, it's one thing when people are coming to something that they know what they're about to hear. They know, yeah, I want to hear about this crypto thing. I mean, I hear people talking about it, and I want to be able to, see if I can get it. I want to learn more about this. And there's another thing to walk into a room where people don't even know what the word cryptocurrency means. They have no idea. And I got to go up there and talk to them about it for 15 minutes. At least what came out of at least that's part of it. I exposed them to it. But what that told me is that we have a lot of work to do. The world is big. This is a big world. And we got to take ourselves out of the bubble a little bit. It's like going to church on a Sunday and they say all the heathens are out there in the streets. You know, I'm trying to preach to them. Not all y'all in here already in the in the family. You know, I'm in a room full of wealthy Nigerians of royalty. You know, having their annual convention, and only one person in the room even knew what cryptocurrency was. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a lot that's saying that why we need cryptogenics. Cryptogenics is here to spread the world, bring crypto awareness to the world. There's no barrier of entry here. There's nothing holding anybody back. All you need to make a decision, have a cell phone, have access to the internet, and $5 to your name, a willingness to learn, and the world is yours. I tell people my story had literally, I shared this with somebody yesterday, because he asked me how much money did I invest with when I started with. And he was like, yeah, he was talking about he can buy 20 mining machines. And I said, actually, I started with $30. $30 in August of 17. And Jairus Coleman can tell you that because me and him opened our change accounts at the same time. Bittrex, Poloniex, Coinigy. He put in like $500 on his account. I put in $30. And I turned that $30 into $300. I took $100 out of that, put it into something else that made me a whole lot of money. I can't say how much, maybe a whole lot. I took money out of that and put it into Electronium. And that's no secret, I've already public. I made like $35K in one day off of that. So once you have the knowledge and you know how to flip it and make it work for you in this space. And that's Paul calling me right now. So I call him right back. But I thought it was an excellent experience. I learned something new. I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed talking with the royalty from Nigeria, and anytime they want to have me back, I'll be there. I'll be there for them, especially as they. Is this a Black Panther T-shirt? No, this is just a regular shirt with a Black Panther necklace. A friend of mine got this for me. But after spending all day with Africans yesterday, I felt inspired. Let me put this on. So, anyways, I like that. You know what happens when you're thrown to you? You do it anyway. I was talking to my father, and I told my dad about it, and my dad was like, you could have just said, all right, I'm out of here. I don't need, no need for this. But everybody needs to be exposed to this. It is not a luxury. This is a necessity. And most people haven't figured it out yet. They haven't figured out that they need to be on this. They will, one way or another. Oh, you're going to learn about this. You can choose to either profit from it or become a consumer of it. There is no other option. It's just a matter of time. I know it's like 91, 92 when Bill Gates told Good Morning LA. When they were like, what's the internet? What's an email? And Bill Gates said, every single one of you will be using it. And they laughed at him. Yeah, Jeremy, a trip to Nigeria is in the works. We already have a team there. We've got two groups there. We've got Emma and we've got Steve, two different groups. So 2019, what I'm thinking about is we got to go to South Africa and we make it an African nation tour. So South Africa, but we'll time it because Nigeria has a blockchain expo every single year. So their next blockchain expo, which happens I think April or May of every year, then we will go there so we can take advantage of the blockchain expo and then have a cryptogenics event, but we'll call it like a Bitcoin boot camp sponsored by Cryptogenics in Nigeria. The only thing is those guys out there, they always want to do like a 3, 4, 5 city tour, and I don't think we're going to be able to do that. I mean, I know we got to do Abuja, probably 2 cities, but yeah, that's 2019. So be prepared for that. We're going to get you off that island out there in Hawaii. You coming to Nigeria with us. All right, so it was a good experience. Again, I encourage you on your own time to start studying up on this crypto thing. No matter how much you know more than most people out there. And when they start to wake up to this, they're all going to come running to you. I think things are about to pick up big time in the crypto space because the price is depressed. Nobody's really paying attention to it outside of us that's already in it. But when the price starts to skyrocket this year, later on this year, which it will, and it starts hitting all the news, and you're going to start seeing average people again saying, I don't want to miss out, I don't want to be left behind, I need to invest in this space. And you're going to start to see that happen. Hey Jairus, you see me? I'm losing some of that weight. Let's get out in the field, start running like you, doing my wind sprints. All good, all good. We're part of a group for fit fathers to get in shape. So I am back in the gym. And Byron, see Byron talk about Byron. I'm going to see you on this weekend. I will be in Chicago on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We've got an event that is being sponsored by James Dentley, and his keynote speaker is Les Brown. I'll be speaking on Friday night at around 6 o'clock for a breakout about crypto, and we're going to record that. And then Saturday, I know we're going to have a presentation at Dusty's. Ron Ross is on. Ron, I was talking about you earlier. Ron was my partner here at the event yesterday. So I think we're going to have an event at Dusty's on Saturday. And I think Byron, you've got some people, some pastors you want me to meet with. So So we can do that as well. Then after that, I should be in Dallas, Texas, weekend of September 14th for the Future Tech Expo. And then after that, I'll be in Atlanta for my Morehouse homecoming. And I'll get with my people out there to see if maybe we'll do something. I'll do a private KGX meeting or something while I'm in Atlanta. So I don't have a date for that yet. And then after that, we've got Santa Clara at the end of November. But we're about to do a 2 or 3 city tour in August. That hasn't been announced yet. I don't think I was supposed to say that yet. But that's going to be coming up. You'll be hearing about. So we got a busy travel schedule for the rest of this year. So I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts on a new experience. Getting in front of a room full of people who have no idea what you're talking about or why you're there. And only given 15 minutes to get their attention. So, all good. You just make it happen anyway. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's have we're beginning of August now. Let's have a great week. And why is Rohan blowing me up right now about Green X? Well, he's asking the wrong person. I'll have to get back to him in a second. So anyways, guys, I want to thank Paul for inviting me out and Ron out for the event yesterday. Hope we made him proud, and we were honored to be there, and we had a great time. Until next time, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.
Crypto Gen X.